Hi, I'm Serlena Martin with Mocs News. Graduation signifies all the hard work and dedication students put into college, and some like to express this excitement more than others at graduation. Linda Orth goes through the details of graduation and procedures and updates us on some changes students can expect this upcoming ceremony.
All of the students have assigned places where they would meet their faculty marshal, and they would get their name cards so that when they walked across the stage they would hand over their name card and have their name called. Students should probably arrive at least 30 to 45 minutes beforehand so they could find the place where they line up. It's an incredibly exciting time for the students and their family members. And you know, some families are a little more exuberant than other families. But everybody likes to be acknowledged. Like I said, some families get a little exuberant, but for the most part, everybody is really pretty respectful and listens for their student to be called. The loud horns have really been controlled. Every once in a while, you know, a family will hoop and holler, but it really quickly quiets down so that the next person's name can be heard. We have eliminated the summer graduation, as you know, and the students who would normally graduate in summer have an option to walk either in the May commencement or in the December commencement. May, in and of itself, is a huge commencement, getting bigger. We currently have 1,400 students on the commencement list for May, plus all the students that walk from August. So the decision has been made to make some changes in the commencement its ceremony itself, so it will be divided into two different ceremonies, one occurring in the morning, one occurring in the afternoon, and it will be divided by college. And I should have that information for release probably within the next couple of days.
UTC Housing has finalized their staff positions to help continue with the growth of on-campus living. I'm Bria Craig with Mocs News.
My responsibilities are to keep up with housing applications, room assignments for incoming students and current students, room changes, billing, and the paperwork associated with all of those. Well, I knew eventually I wanted to move up and progress career-wise. I wasn't expecting the position to open so soon, but it did, and I thought, why not throw my name in the hat and see, you know, what the outcome would be. And I thought, well, if it's meant to be, they'll hire me and everything will work out, and it did. So it's been good. I enjoy it. It's definitely very busy keeping up with new students and current students, and even students who have left. So it's very busy, and but a lot of fun because you work with a lot of different people. The conversation is in the works about building a new residence hall. So in the pipeline, you know, several years, of course, but you know, we are expanding, and so we'll have even more on-campus residents and more apartments, more employees. So it'll be interesting to work and with a larger group and, you know, see the university grow.
Rachel Lordahose, former resident director of Hotel Housing, is now Lockmiller's RD. With more students moving on campus, she enjoys helping students build community life and helping them grow and feel comfortable while living in Lockmiller. The change from hotel housing to on-campus housing was not much of a difference. She still deals with incidents with students keeping up with the care of the facility, and the most important to her is building relationships with her residents. Rachel said she hopes to bring more of a spontaneous community to stop the reputation of Lockmiller being older and encourage students to own where they live and enjoy college life.
Hi, I'm Ashley Brockman with Mocs News. UTC will be adding 2 new sororities to campus within the next few years. With the steady increase of enrollment of students at UTC, it comes as no surprise that Greek life has also been expanding. Adding new sororities will help accommodate all of the future students that wish to be a part of UTC's Greek community. Bethany Holt, VP of Public Relations for the UTC Panhellenic Council, said that Gamma Phi Beta will join the UTC community in the fall of 2013 after going through an extensive process with the UTC campus and Panhellenic Council. This included campus visits, meetings with students, and public presentations to the student body. Alpha Gamma Delta will arrive on campus sometime between the fall of 2015 to the fall of 2017, depending on the growth and development of the Panhellenic community for the next couple of years. You can learn more about the Gamma Phi Beta sorority at www.gammaphibeta.org and Alpha Gamma Delta at www.alphagammadelta.org. For more information about UTC's Panhellenic community, visit utcpanhellenic.org.
Hello again, and welcome to another episode of the Mocs Sports Round Table. I'm Brian Bass, joined again by Jake Chapman. Jake, how's it going, man?
It's going pretty good. It's just been a crazy weekend in sports for not only nationally, but for the Mocs Nation as well.
Yeah, definitely in the thick of things. Let's kick it off with women's basketball. How'd they do this weekend?
Women squeaked by Furman this weekend. What was the final score? 58-55?
Yeah, 2-point game.
3-point game. Yeah, and Kayla Christopher hitting the game when he shot. Very close game. The women moved to 10-1 in the conference, and yet again, being behind for so long and then coming back winning at home when not your best play. That's senior leadership.
Right, yeah, senior stepping up, hitting a big shot. Men's basketball is kind of on the other side. They got a 4-game losing skid. The good news I can say is they're returning home for a 4-game homestand. That's Thursday night, 7 p.m. Everyone knows we've lost Dante Hampton for the year. He's done. Wish him the best. He's going to try to play overseas. But they're in a tough time right now. The good news is, in the SoCon, it's all about the tournament. So if they can get it hot at the right time, make a run in the tournament, they'll still, have a shot at this NCAA thing and a shot at saving their season. But they've got to turn things around, and no place to do it like at home. And they got 4 games coming up at home. So let's move to softball. They're about to get started, huh?
Yeah, the softball season's underway, about to start. They start this week in Florida. It's a little like a prerequisite kind of game. It's preseason. But they're a very young team this year. Last year, they've won 5 conference championships in a row. But this year, they only have 3 seniors on the team with 10 freshmen on the lineup. So this is basically a rebuilding year for the softball team. Yeah. I don't see them necessarily winning the conference again, but I could see them as stepping stones. I mean, they have a great recruiting class, no doubt about it. But this is just a building year. This is a building program. But how the tennis team is just showing some dominance lately.
They're rolling. The men are on a 4-match win streak. They absolutely destroyed North Alabama 7-0. I watched that match. The whole ladder destroyed their competition. Manny Barotavena, he's undefeated this year. He's been great. He was their most valuable player last year. He's picked up right where he left off. And they're going to take on Austin Peay this Friday. That's 4 p.m. at the Hickson Racket Club. It's not too far from campus. It's pretty easy to find. So if you're looking to see some good tennis, head over there. Women are even more dominant. They've had their best start in team history. They're 4-0 with 3 complete shutouts. So, I said they were young. They have 3 freshmen on the ladder, but it hadn't stopped them. They've just rolled everybody. And they take on Austin Peay as soon as the men get done at 6 p.m. Once again, that's going to be this Friday at 4 the men start, and at 6 the women start. So if you want to see a doubleheader tennis match, head out to the Hickson Racket Club. Let's close it out with wrestling. What do they got going on?
Well, the wrestling team, we said last week, and like we've been saying the past few weeks in the Mocs Sports updates and everything, they are bouncing back. They are moving forward with the program. They moved to 3-0 in the conference. They just crushed App State 29-9 in points over the past weekend. And Josh Collin, he's been doing fantastic.
Senior leader.
Yeah. He has been stepping up, and that's how the younger guys and even the older guys, they need to look at a guy like that, a guy who goes out there and he puts it all on the line and he gives every single thing he can in that match. And that's inspirational. They need that, especially when they went on that little losing skid and they had the losing record. They needed inspiration, and Condon he gave them that inspiration.
Absolutely. Well, that's going to do it. That's another weekend wrap-up. This is the Mocs Sports Round Table. I'm Brian Bass.
And I'm Jake Chapman. Thank you for stopping by this week.
The future is always an intriguing thing. Since being born, it's something to look up to. What will happen tomorrow? What will happen next week, next year, next decade? It's always been a thought that leads to heavy contemplation. What would I be like in 10 years? What will I do? Will I succeed? Who will I marry? Will I have a family? Will that family expand? Will I lead a happy and comfortable life? Common questions that lead to complicated answers or no answer at all. That's what makes the future such a scary thought. We would like to know, but at the same time, no one would scare us as well, which is all the reason not to think about the future too much. Because as we reach adulthood, it only gets scarier and more spontaneous, and our mind races with top speed. Now what brings about this discussion? Well, last week my roommate and I were watching television, and this 5-hour energy commercial comes up, in which a man lies lazily on the couch, and his future self pops up out of thin air to tell him to drink 5-hour energy, and his life will be just as awesome as his future self imposes it to be. Healthy, more attractive, beautiful girlfriend who also pops out of thin air, things that come with getting off the couch to get a small can of energy drink. Now mind you, the situation I've just given you is utterly ridiculous. But seriously, what if your future self or someone from the future comes to you in the present to tell you that something will happen to you in the future if you make one decision? Would you go through with it in hopes that it will play out? It's usually an initial choice to do so, but think about it this way. As humans, we make decisions every second we breathe. We wake up and decide to get out of bed. We decide what clothes to wear. We decide what to eat. We decide to go to class. We decide to take notes. That's not even a quarter of the decisions we make in a single day or even a single hour. So really, what if your future self came to tell you to make one of the myriads of decisions you make that could directly or indirectly change your life for the rest of your life? Not saying it's good, not saying it's bad, but it will have a load of impact. Would you go through with it? Crazy thing to think about, but what do college students think about the most? Same thing they're going to college for, their future. Because that's what it's all about, right? We want to feel secure that our future is secure, to the point that we're insecure with the present. I believe that every decision we do make plays a role in our future, whether directly or indirectly, whether right after or 10 years from that moment. Which is why it's always best to live life just winging it and not care too much. Because we make a lot of these decisions, and in a lot of cases, they work out for the best. Like me joining Mocs News, had I not taken the offer from our editor-in-chief, I wouldn't be sitting in front of this camera talking to you guys. It'd probably be a lot different from how it is now. I don't like tagging it fate, I don't like tagging it destiny, but it's always been something to look back and think, wow, imagine if I didn't do this, and chuckle at it. That's how life should be, full of wonders and directions. Sure, your future self could tell you to drink an energy drink to be cool, but what if you just kept doing what you were doing and ended up realizing your plight? Went out and started an energy drink company that shuts out 5-hour energy. You never know. Take pride in the decisions you make. Look at them as opportunities rather than mistakes or regrets. The world is yours.